Welcome to another episode of ResearchPod. Today, we're looking at a puzzle in artificial intelligence. Why do some of our most powerful models struggle with simple logic?
It's a question worth sitting with, Alex. We're discussing a paper that introduces something called a relation network, or RN. The central claim is that current AI models fail at basic logic puzzles not because they lack raw processing power, but because their internal architecture isn't built to compare different objects against each other.
So this paper is arguing that the way we've been building these neural networks is missing a comparison step?
Exactly. Think of a detective trying to solve a crime. If they only look at each piece of evidence in isolation, just the fingerprint or just the knife, they'll never crack the case. They have to compare every piece of evidence against every other piece to see how they fit together. Our current AI models are good at identifying objects, but they struggle to perform that kind of comparison.
So it's the difference between seeing a red cube and a blue sphere versus understanding that the cube is to the left of the sphere.
You've hit on the core issue. The researchers call this relational reasoning. To address it, they designed a module that forces the network to look at every possible pair of objects in an image. They call it a relation network, and it's designed as a plug-and-play component you can add to existing systems to give them this missing ability.
So instead of the model just guessing based on patterns it's seen before, this module forces it to actually compare every object to every other object?
Precisely. Think of it like a speed dating event, but for pieces of information. Every object gets paired with every other object, and each pairing produces a kind of relation score. The network then adds up all those scores to arrive at an answer. That way, the model isn't just recognizing familiar patterns, it's actively reasoning about how things relate to one another.
But doesn't that get slow very quickly? If you have 100 objects, the number of possible pairs grows fast.
That's a fair concern. The clever part is that they use one shared function to evaluate every single pair rather than training a different rule for each combination. It's like having one expert judge who evaluates every pairing at that speed dating event instead of hiring a separate judge for each one. The logic gets reused, which keeps things efficient.
Oh, I see. So it's not just about adding a new step, it's about making that step efficient by applying the same reasoning across all the pairs.
Exactly. And there's another important property worth mentioning. Because the same function handles every pair, the order in which objects appear doesn't change the result. Whether the red cube is the first thing the model notices, or the 10th, the math stays the same. That means the model learns the relationship itself rather than memorizing the sequence of inputs.
So it's genuinely learning the logic, not just the layout.
Right. And when they tested this on a visual reasoning benchmark called CLEVR, which is specifically designed to be difficult for standard models, the RN-augmented systems reached what the paper describes as superhuman performance. That suggests the bottleneck wasn't a lack of data or processing power, it was architectural.
That's a meaningful shift. We've been trying to teach computers to see better when we should have been teaching them how to think about what they see.
That's a fair way to put it, and the architecture reflects that separation quite deliberately. A vision system, what's called a convolutional neural network, or CNN, scans the raw image and turns it into a map of features. Think of it as the model's eye. It identifies regions of interest and hands them off as discrete objects. Then the relation network takes over as the reasoning layer, comparing those objects against each other.
How does it handle the question itself? If someone asks, what color is the object behind the cube, how does the model know what to focus on?
The question gets converted into a list of numbers, a kind of numerical fingerprint, and that fingerprint is fed into every single pair comparison. So when the model is evaluating any two objects, it already knows what the question is asking. If the question is about color, the network learns to weight color relationships more heavily and ignore irrelevant details like size or position.
So the question acts like a filter, telling the network what kind of relationship actually matters.
Exactly. And because that filter is applied at every pairwise step, the model doesn't have to guess what's relevant after the fact. It's baked into the reasoning from the start.
The researchers noted some limitations as well, right?
They did. Performance dips when objects are partially hidden or when the task requires very precise location data. Interestingly, those are also the situations where humans tend to struggle, which suggests the model may be running into genuine physical boundaries of the problem, rather than flaws in the design itself.
That's a useful way to frame it. The failures aren't random. They map onto real-world difficulty.
Which is actually a sign of a well-designed system. When a model fails in the same place as humans do, it tells you the model is engaging with the actual structure of the problem, not just finding shortcuts.
So the core insight is that reasoning about relationships isn't a bonus feature. It's a fundamental requirement for understanding a scene.
That's the paper's central argument. By explicitly building in the ability to compare objects pairwise and by keeping the vision and reasoning steps separate, the researchers were able to close a gap that had held back AI performance on these kinds of tasks. It's a structural solution to what turned out to be a structural problem.
It's a useful reminder that sometimes the answer isn't more data or more compute, it's asking whether the architecture is even set up to do the right kind of thinking in the first place. Thanks for listening to ResearchPod.